Strait of Hormuz, where the U.S. military says its forces fired on 2 Iran-flagged oil tankers trying to get past the U.S. blockade. Tensions remain high in the region after both the U.S. and Iran exchanged fire last week, even though President Trump says the ceasefire there is, quote, still in effect. All this while another ceasefire is underway in the war between Russia and Ukraine. Aaron Navarro is at the White House with more. Aaron, good morning.
Kelly, good morning. President Trump announced yesterday that fighting in the Russia-Ukraine war has paused this weekend as Russia celebrates Victory Day, commemorating World War II. But the attention is still on Iran after a turbulent week on the Strait of Hormuz.
I'd like to see it stop. Russia-Ukraine, it's the worst thing since World War II in terms of life.
President Trump said the 3-day ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine was a personal request.
We have a little period of time where they're not going to be killing people. I'd like to see a big extension.
As part of the agreement, the two countries will swap 1,000 prisoners. And fighting will pause as Russia celebrates its Victory Day this weekend. But as Russia and Ukraine begin a short-term ceasefire, the one between the U.S. and Iran is being tested by several firefights in the Strait of Hormuz this week. Trump says the ceasefire is still on, and that he's waiting on Iran's response about restarting negotiations.
We want to get the whole thing ended, not just individual movements.
Historically, ceasefires have seen various displays of military fire.
CBS News national security contributor Sam Vinograd.
The question here is whether this tit-for-tat exchange of fire is going to outpace negotiations to actually establish an armistice or end the war.
The war has paralyzed the Strait of Hormuz and global supply chains, leaving American farmers frustrated.
Business is rough. Almost every farmer in Iowa will tell you that they've had difficult times.
The challenge comes obviously with the price.
The price of urea fertilizer used for vegetable crops has gone up 47% since the war began. Secretary, what's your message to farmers who have been struggling with the rising costs of ethanol, gas, and fertilizer?
The positive news on fertilizer is that America has enough. Because of President Trump's energy independence agenda, what that is now allowing us to do is the next step for fertilizer, which again, food security is national security, but to build our own plants here.
President Trump will be heading to Beijing early next week to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. China has talked to Iran in recent days, pushing them to reach a deal and reopen the strait. Adriana?
Aaron, thank you so much for that update. The U.S. economy